Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we're going to continue our Halloween theme team builds by quite literally going into a Halloween theme team build. Today we're going to be looking into the Gotham City keyword, a 300-point modern theme team around Gotham City inspired by the long Halloween. That's right, if you're familiar with that comic, which I really hope you are, you're going to see some characters here that are from it. And then also, if you are a comic fan, keep an eye out the last Halloween. I believe issue 1's out. I don't know if issue 2 has made it out, but I'm looking forward to that entire run, and I'm expecting good things. So, into the long Halloween, we are starting off with Masters of Time, #1, Batman. You cannot have a build on the long Halloween without the Caped Crusader himself. Here we go. We do have Batman with the Batman team ability, Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, Outsiders, Detective, and Martial Artist, and past keywords. Lots to work with there. Does have the trait Return of Bruce Wayne, which if you've seen my previous video, I went over in more detail. But a quick overview is at the beginning of your turn, you may choose one, replace Batman with another character with this trait on the same click, or heal Batman 1 click. And as you can see, there are many different options for that. You have the uncommon #17 Batman, #18 Batman, rare 32, rare 30. Oh, man, we're dropping them all. Yeah, rare number 33, super rare 44, and if you got the play at home kit, number 101. All different Batmans that you can switch to if this Batman's not doing the job. So definitely very helpful for any situation. This one does also have the trait Utility Belt through time, Empower, free if Batman didn't begin the turn on the map. Adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1 until your next turn. Very, very nice. That's pretty much it for that Batman. But like I said, with all the options you have to switch him out, there is a lot of versatility there, each in their own way. Up next is going to be from the Notorious set. We are looking at super rare number 52, Poison Ivy. There we go. We did see Poison Ivy in the long Halloween. Not quite this version, but I had to work with what I had. It has the Batman enemy team ability, and has the Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Suicide Squad, Herald, and Scientist keywords. 25 points in this build. She does have a trait, Growing the Gotham Jungle. For all characters with this trait, when one or more opposing terrain markers are destroyed, after resolution score 5 victory points and generate a plant hindering terrain marker into a square of the destroyed terrain. This game, that marker has, quote, when this marker hinders line of fire, characters instead modify defense +2, end quote. Does have improved targeting through hindering, and does have a range of 5 with 2 targets. Starts off with special movement, poison, barrier, and exploit weakness. Let's take a look at that special movement, and it is stealth. That will be very handy for her. Stealth, plasticity. Friendly characters occupying or adjacent to one or more terrain markers generated by Poison Ivy modifies defense +1. So you get to use her barrier, and she can buff up your friendly's defenses, and then of course those plant hindering terrain markers would fall in line for that as well. So you potentially could be a +3 to their defense from range with that +2 from her plant hindering terrain markers. Very cheap. Also, if you're willing to mix universes, she does have the Herald keyword, so you can give her an Egyptian god for free if need be. I do have a couple of them, so I could make that work. So that is Poison Ivy. Joining these characters, also from the Notorious set, we have super rare number 57, Jervis Tetch. I've not found a team that I liked him on yet, so this one might just be the one. Let's take a look at Mr. Tetch. He does have the Batman enemy team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Gotham City, Secret 6, and Scientist keywords. 55 points, 6 range, and 3 targets. Very, very nice. Has a trait in the style 10-6. In this style 10-6, I'm sorry. Mind Control. When Jervis Tetch uses it, he may target characters with control chip tokens regardless of line of fire, and after resolutions, give each hit character a control chip token. At the beginning of the game, if you were not the first player, choose up to 2 opposing characters and give them a control chip token. Love that. Especially with this build, you are going to have enough pieces on your team to... You're going to have to roll pretty poorly in order to not get to choose where you go first or second. And with this trait, I would choose to go second every time, because right away you can put 2 chips on 2 of your opponents. Put a chip on 2 of your opponents' characters. And first turn, you can mind control them, even if they... Actually, no, I'm sorry. They do have to be within range, right? That's right. It is with it, or regardless of line of fire. So they do still have to be in range, but still, them already having that disadvantage. Very, very nice. Has running shot in cap, special defensive power, and perplex, but also alternates between precision strike and outwit. Well, let's take a look at his second trait. His second trait is, oh dear, you're all turned around. Unique modifier. Opposing characters with 1 or more control chip token modify attack and damage -1. Already putting in the work, and you didn't have to do anything but start second. When an opposing character attacks and hits all targets, after resolutions, remove all control chip tokens from it. So that's how they're able to clear it. I do like that better than them just being able to clear, like you see with some poisons or special modifiers like that. So they actually have to put in the work to get rid of it. And then there is his special defensive power, super senses, mastermind, and willpower. That mastermind is going to come in handy for this team. Super senses are great as well. And then with that willpower, you can potentially just keep mind controlling over and over again. So like I said, haven't got to use Jervis Tetch yet. And after looking into him a little bit more, he's definitely usable. I think I want to try him in a scientist team more than anything, but for the theme of this team, definitely had to make the cut. Up next, it's not the one I wanted to use, but it is the one that has the Gotham City keywords. So feel free to change it out. We are going to be looking at DC 24 number 3 from the OP kit is Two-Face. I wanted to use the Notorious Two-Face, as I do have A and B, but he does not have Gotham City. So if we were doing strictly keyword theme team based, couldn't do it. Now, if I was just doing it for funsies at a venue for a Halloween theme event, I'd probably go for it and go ahead and just use the Notorious Two-Face. But for today, this is the Two-Face for us. Has the Batman enemy team ability, Batman family, Gotham City Underworld, and politician keywords. He does have a trait, and it is I am in control. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 and turn Two-Face to the same click number of the resulting color. If Two-Face is already on a click of that color, modify his combat values +1 until your next turn. 1 through 3, you're on the red click. 4 through 6, you are on the blue click. I much prefer the blue click from a range, just for the fact he has a range of 5 with 2 targets, and I gotta love running shot pin side combination. Red click's not bad either. You do have sidestep with the precision strike, and he does have that special damage power of trying to do right by the city, leadership, and perplex. Nothing else to go off on the back, but if you've read The Long Halloween, you knew you were going to definitely have to see Two-Face on this team in one form or another. Again, not my favorite Two-Face, but for what we're looking for, that is what we're going to be putting on this team. All right, up next is also another limited edition figure. This one is from the Notorious set, and it is the release day prize. Number 100 from the set is the Riddler. He does make an appearance in The Longest Halloween, so I figure why not take a chance to have try this guy out. Riddler has the Batman Enemy Team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Legion of Doom, and Detective keywords. And he does come with a trait. War came to Gotham. At the beginning of the game, you may generate a notorious #1 War of Jokes and Riddles onto an opponent's sideline. This game, it's friendly to your opponent's force. If you do, that opponent may choose a character friendly to them to gain a detective keyword this game. Let's take a brief look at that. I did very much like this comic book run. I have all the issues of the War of Jokes and Riddles. If you have not read it, I highly suggest you pick that up. The War of Jokes and Riddles, keywords, Batman Family, and Detective. Clue effect, Gotham Knights. When a friendly character with a listed keyword attacks or is attacked while occupying hindering terrain, after resolutions gain 1 clue token. Now, if you have 0 clue tokens, you are a suspect. When a friendly character uses Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control, roll a d6. 1 through 3 give that character an action token. So they can go ahead and use their Outwit, Perplex, and Probability Control, but just know you may be paying the price of getting a token. If they happen to have 3 clue tokens, Evidence. When you use this mystery card's suspect effect, increase the result of the roll +1. So now a 1 through 4, and you are taking an action token. However, if you do get to 5, case closed. When this effect becomes active after resolutions, remove this mystery card from the game. So definitely a way to hamper your opponents, make them think twice about using some of their powers if they think they might double token. Now, I do wonder how that works. So if they're already double tokened and they choose to use Outwit or Perplex or Probability Control, I can see that I don't think they thought that completely through, because if they're already double tokened, you can't give them an action token, so the suspect power has no effect really, because there would be no pushing damage, I don't believe. So interesting, very interesting, but still something for your opponent to think about. Now back to the Riddler. Does have stealth, a special attack power, mastermind, and shape change. Then later on he has leap, climb, incapacitate, willpower, and perplex. Does have a range of 5 with 2 targets, and let's take a look at that special attack power. It is knock knock, incapacitate. When the Riddler uses it after resolutions, modify a hit character's combat values -1 for each action token they have until your next turn. That's combat value, so everything goes to a -1. That is very handy. However, it is only a 9, so you are wanting to try to pair him up with someone to take advantage of the Batman Enemy Team ability and bump that 9 up. There are perplexes on this team that can also help with that as well. So that is the Riddler. Now, joining the Riddler, he needs a little bit of help. So he brought along one of his goons. That's right, the Riddler goon has joined this team. This is the first time I have used this goon on a build, but I thought it was fitting. Riddler Goon has the Underworld team ability, which is the main reason he is on this team. He is going to taxi around. And he does have the Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, and Brute keywords. And he does come with the expandable goon trait Riddler's Gang. When Riddler Goon is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions, roll a d6. 1 through 3, give the character who KO'd him an action token. 4 through 6, generate a character with an expendable goon trait on its 15-point starting line adjacent to a friendly character. I love either one of those results, to be honest. If he gets knocked out, go ahead and put an action token, which can benefit Riddler. Riddler's power of the -1 to the combat values. Or he can just pop back up himself, still be stuck beside your opponent. And he has a 15 points, sidestep, a blank attack, super senses, and close combat expert. So if he pops right back up, he can swing at 11 attack, 4/3 damage, and yeah, not bad for 15 points. Plus, like I said, he's mainly there to taxi and as mastermind fodder for both Jervis Tetch and for the Riddler. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. But he is not the only goon. He is not the only goon that will be on this team. At 15 points, we are also going to be bringing in the regular goon. Now, why the regular goon? Well, because he's my second favorite goon, aside from the white rabbit goon. This goon does have the Batman enemy team ability, has the Underworld team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, and Brute keywords. Get you back there. There he is. Has his own expendable goon trait. When Goon is KO'd by an opposing character after resolutions, you may roll a d6. 3 through 6, generate a character with the expendable goon trait on its 15-point starting line, adjacent to a friendly character. So I do like that it's a 3 through 6, but a 1 through 2 does nothing. You're just out of luck. But he does have plasticity, poison, willpower, and empower. Again, he is there for taxi purposes and mastermind fodder. And theme-wise, there are no mafia mobsters current in the current rotation, in the modern rotation. So it's a stretch, but I'm saying he's part of the Maroni or the Falcone crime families. I know it's a stretch, but just go with it. It's what I got. So he is, in my mind, one of the Falcone, one of the Falcone crime members. So bear with me. So that leaves us with 40 points on this build. And if you've read The Long Halloween, you know who this last one's going to be. And this is where it becomes literally a Halloween theme team. Because we're going to act as though we are playing this game on Halloween night on the 31st of October, which is a Thursday this year. You have to have the Calendar Man on a long Halloween build. There is the Halloween Man, originally from the Streets of Gotham set, but this time he is joining us from the Notorious set in the form of a legacy figure. He does have the Batman enemy team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Suicide Squad, Assassin, and Scientist keywords. He has a trait, the yearly cycle. So he has traded probability control and regeneration. He does also have a couple of powers. As you see, he has a special movement, a special attack, and a special damage power. And he does also have Mastermind throughout for 40 points. He does have a range of 4 with 1 target. Now let's start off with his movement ability. 30 days has September. Stealth. If the game began on an even numbered day, Calendar Man has improved movement through characters. Otherwise, in this case, this is what you'll have. Otherwise, Calendar Man has free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. Until your next turn, that character modifies its defense -1 and decreases its single d6 rolls by -1. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. Next, we go into his damage power. April, June, and November. Precision Strike, period. If the game began on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Calendar Man can use Energy Explosion and deals penetrating damage when he uses it. Unfortunately, this game's going to be played on a Thursday, so he's going to otherwise modify his attack and damage +2, which is still not bad. It's not bad, but I would much rather have had the Energy Explosion with the penetrating damage, but beggars can't be choosers. And then finally, he has the damage power. All the rest have 31. If the game began on an even numbered month, which this one will, Calendar Man has free. Choose a standard power. Opposing characters within range can't use the chosen power until your next turn. Otherwise, Calendar Man can use probability control twice a turn and may use it regardless of range. So that's pretty handy as well. But yeah, the fact that it's not an outwit. So even if somebody has Power Cosmic, oh, you got Power Cosmic, that's nice. Oh, it's invincible. Oh, that's great too. You're not using it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I looked at this Calendar Man, I completely just overlooked him. I only picked him up because he now has the Suicide Squad keyword, and I have I believe all of the Suicide keyworded figures that have been made. So had to extend that streak. But after looking at him, he is viable for 40 points. You just got to get him on the right day, of course. So yeah, very, very nice. Do I think this team will have a lot of success? I'm not sure. It is all going to come down to what you can get your Batman to do for you. If your opponent's team is susceptible to mind control, will be very big too with the Jervis Tetch. But you do have plenty of places to hide. You do have reducers, you have probs, you have perplexes, some outwits. You do have Mastermind to keep some of your pieces up a little bit longer. You have some taxis. So there's definitely things you can do with it. You might have to have the right map as well. But I thought that was the best I could do to actually be based on the Long Halloween and still be modern. Now, the only thing you can change, if you want to take out Jervis Tetch and one of the Goons. No, that still wouldn't be there. I had a way of doing it, and I can't remember what. There was a way that you could, I forget who you have to take out, but there was a way where you could actually have Solomon Grundy on this team as well. As I know, he did make an appearance in the Long Halloween, and we do have a Solomon Grundy from Notorious with the Gotham City keyword. So there are ways you can finagle it. I think that means Poison Ivy was off the team, if I'm remembering. But anyway, there are other options if you want to look into it. This is just what I went with, and I feel pretty good about it. I think I am going to give it a try and see what this team can do. But let me know what you think. If you're ready for Halloween, what you're going to throw out if your venue is going to have Halloween-themed events. But that has been it for me. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.